Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Gallic Gun Toys. Today we are doing a first for the channel. We are doing a versus video, the Ichiban Kuji GOGETA on the right and the BANPRESTO on the left. Now this was a viewer requested video, and if you have a similar request for something of the like from the Dragon Ball collection, maybe versing something else of the same character from a different line or something, hit me up in those comments below and I'll get started on doing that. So, okay guys, so we're going to do a full breakdown and versus for these two awesome figures. Now, in my opinion, now I've done separate reviews for both these figures. Excuse me. So I've done separate reviews for both these figures, and they're both phenomenal. I do love them. A couple shortcomings here and there, but very, very little on the BANPRESTO and the Ichiban Kuji. I have a few minor... Oh, excuse me. I have a few minor defects on my Ichiban Kuji. They're not super noticeable on the camera, but looking at them from the angle I'm looking at them here, it's a bit hard for me to miss this one here on his eyebrow. In my review of this one, I did mention that I didn't like the yellow that they went with on his vest, but after 3 weeks, I have to say I've kind of grown to like it. Both figures do have the same sort of style and colour, but the Ichiban Kuji, if you collect Ichiban Kuji, you know they put a lot more detail into their painting and the highlights, like in the skin tone, for example. Yeah, you can sort of see there's just, I don't even know if the shading yeah, there we go. Shows up nicely there. You can see how detailed it is, especially around his ab area and all up through here. Whereas on the BANPRESTO, they have done a little bit, but it's not a great... Actually, I don't think... Yeah, there's a tiny bit of line work in there, but it's very little. So, at the end of the day, I think it's pick your poison. This one is bigger. He does scale well with the Ichiban Kuji. I think it's the King Cluster BROLY that I got alongside this. He scales really well with that, but he is going to be quite a bit larger than your BANPRESTO figures. So I do suggest, if you get this one, get him to go with the Ichiban Kuji. I have him sitting in a detail with a Master Star Piece Freezer, the Cluster BROLY, the Ichiban Kuji Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta that you usually see as comparisons or in the background of the channel from time to time. I have all of those, and the Vegito Super Saiyan Blue from the previous Ichiban Kuji lottery, all sort of in a detail together, and they look really nice. I've got Gogeta sort of sandwiched down the right hand side of the detail cabinet, just next to BROLY, and he looks really good. But in saying that, he would be a nice piece by himself. But my suggestion is, if you're going to buy him, put him with the rest of your Ichiban Kuji stuff, recent Ichiban Kuji stuff, because he looks really nice with those. As for this one here, he is phenomenal, he looks great. The longer I have him and the longer I look at him, the more impressed I am with this one, especially for the price point, because he is essentially easily half the price of this Gogeta here. The quality is higher here because it is Ichiban Kuji. That's something you've got to remember. So it's always going to look better. But if you have a lot of BANPRESTO statues like I do, and the BANPRESTO statues I have, like this guy, massively outweigh the number of Ichiban Kujis I have. So I personally think for the price and the scale, this guy is definitely my choice as the all-round best figure, because price does go into that, availability goes into that, and this figure is going to be pretty easy to get no matter where you live. You're going to be able to get a legit one from a reputable seller, or if you're lucky enough to live somewhere that sells these sorts of figures. In Australia, we can get them from time to time. It just depends on the retail stores that carry them. There's only really one local retailer that sells them here in Australia. But if Supernova, which is like our sort of like our Australian Comic Con here, a lot of vendors have a lot of Japanese stock and merch like these guys, so it is easy to pick these guys up at, say, Supernova or Oz Comic Con, like the another convention here. And yeah, you can usually get them for a pretty good price point. Like this guy I paid 65 Australian for, shipped from Japan, but I'm pretty sure when I go to Supernova in a few months, they'll probably have this guy and he'll probably be $30 to $40. So I would assume it would be 30, 35, 40 bucks by what I've paid for similar figures in the past. So the price point is there, the quality is all there, and to me it's a near perfect figure. It's just great. And the way I have him displayed is with the Ultimate Soldiers, yeah, the Ultimate Soldiers, and he's sort of sitting a bit up from BROLY and the rest of them, and he looks quite cool. And honestly, I like this guy so much, I don't know if I'll bother completing the Ultimate Soldiers line, because that is just another Gogeta, and I have two of them. And even though this one's slightly out of scale with the Ultimate Soldiers, he still looks good, just sort of just above them. Yeah, it's just a nice little display. And you guys can check that out in an upcoming video. Will probably be my next upload, which will be just a full collection tour, not just my Dragon Ball, but like the full room, the full collection. And there'll also be another one of those posting up shortly, which will be my other collection I have stored at my mum's place, because I just don't have room for it here at my place. Okay guys, so I'm going to wrap this one up. So overall, quality, Ichiban Kuji is the winner, but I think overall, the BANPRESTO is the winner, just because high quality, low price point, easy availability, and the pose as well. Honestly, this is probably my favourite pose that they could have gone with, and of all the Gogeta Blue figures I've seen, this is the winner when it comes to pose, is the final Kamehameha, and I think he just looks fantastic. Though, like, this was so hard because this guy is such good quality and he's so beautiful. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with what I think's right, and I think this guy is the winner, just purely on everything I've mentioned. So, thank you for joining me, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.